You know the expression, you don't have a pot to pee in? Well, I do have a pot, I'm just not going to do it. But where does that expression come from? It goes back all the way to ancient Rome. Because believe it or not, in ancient Rome, there were pots that were placed on the street for men to urinate into. Why? Because it was important for the cleaning industry, the toga cleaning industry. And the Romans, of course, wore togas. The togas were white, and they would get dirty. They needed to be cleaned. Now, interestingly enough, the Romans were aware of soap. Soap had been described some 600 BC. They take the ashes from fire and mix it with animal fat, you get soap. The Romans were aware of it, but apparently their commercial cleaners, the fulones, as they were called, didn't use soap. What they used was aged urine. Now, the reason for that is when you have a pot of urine and you let it age, the urine breaks down, it produces urea, and urea converts to ammonia. Ammonia is an excellent cleaner. You might know this because our typical window cleaners contain ammonia. And ammonia will react with fatty materials and make them soluble. So what the ancient Romans did, at least the fulones, the cleaners, was to take the dirty yogas, mix them with the fermented urine, and add what was called fuller's earth, which is a type of clay that has the ability to absorb fatty materials. So they would slosh this around, very often stomping it with their feet, and when they were ready, they would hang it up in the sun, and you would get nice white togas. Well, the Emperor Vespasian decided that there was money to be made off of this industry, and he decided to tax the cleaning industry for the amount of urine that they collected on the street. Vespasian's son was bothered by this. He seemed to be sort of an upstanding citizen. And he asked his father to get rid of this tax on the urine. And his father reached into his purse and took out a coin. And he said to his son, "Can you smell this coin?" And the son smelled it and said, "No." And Vespasian said, "Well, see, that coin comes from the tax money from urine, and money has no smell." And we still use that expression today. The money has no smell, meaning that it doesn't matter how you get it, money is money. And finally, interestingly enough, because of the story of Vespasian, if you go to France and you look at the public urinals on the street, you know what they're called? Vespasienne, after that Roman emperor. So now you have insight into having a pot to pee in.